This is the Coco and Lefty show. I found this obituary in the Long Island Newsday. Ardith Frump, age 98, passed away yesterday. She was a mental health advocate and a high colonic enthusiast. The cause of death was debilitating Alzheimer's syndrome. Fallen arches, paranoid schizophrenia, and an apparent inadequate personality disorder. She is survived by her grieving 114-year-old mother. Lefty has some thoughts on an issue very much in the news.
Yes, Coco. I've been thinking about the impasse in the Israeli-Palestine negotiations. I think back to when the United Nations partitioned an anti-Semitic Palestine and gave half of it to the displaced European Jews, creating a ludicrous situation. Were the Jews not so desperate at the time, I'm sure they would have turned down the offer. They were certainly in a position to know what could happen if you're in a place where you're not wanted. As an example, say that all the kiddie program puppets were being strung along. What would happen if half of New York City were given to the Teletubbies, Bananas in Pajamas, the Muppets, or that purple pederast Barney? How would New Yorkers react? If they lived in the Bronx, I'm certain that the Colombians, the Haitians, and Dominicans would soon have them reduced to sticks, strings, and a pile of rags. There's a lesson to be learned from this. You just don't go where you're not welcome. For myself, it would be the CAT ASPCA. Everyone has a stay-away zone. For example, your mother-in-law.
Thank you, Lefty. I see that you've given this serious thought.
Oh, yeah.
Here's some technology news. For all Apple lovers and lonely gamers, rejoice as Apple is set to introduce the iPartner early next spring. The device will be programmed to ignore you, make jokes at your expense, and spend your money. It will come with applications to complain about how you drive, your restaurant selection, and when you go to bed, it will tell you that it has a headache. Let's lighten up a bit with some stories from Lefty.
Thank you, Coco. I don't think I need the iPod. I have you. Well, a woman and her husband on vacation went to a dentist to have a tooth pulled. Do it as quickly as possible, she said, and don't bother with the Novocaine. We're in a hurry. The dentist said, well, you certainly are a courageous woman. Which tooth is it? The woman turned to her husband and said, show him, dear. Show him your broken tooth. And here's another dentist story. A guy and a gal meet at a bar, and they decide to go to bed in her apartment. After he takes off his socks and underwear, he washes his hands. She says, you must be a dentist. Flabbergasted, he asked how she knew. She said, only a dentist washes his hands so often. One thing led to another, and eventually to bed. Afterward, she said, you must be a really great dentist. He said, yes, I am a great dentist. How did you know that? Easy, she said. I didn't feel a thing. And that's our show for today.
And that is our show for today.
High on the hill was a lonely goat-head lady